Ruthless Routh. This is Ruthless Kayak Fishing. We're on the north shore of Oahu, fishing with Boogie D at Coastal Kayak Tours. We had a great day so far. Got out here just after sunrise and got two nice Papillo or bluefin trevally. We're going to keep trying it. Let me introduce you to today's guide real quick here. You guys got to bear with me today because I'm on my own single cameraman. Here's Boogie D.
Good morning, everybody. Out here on the North Shore today. Got a couple pan fryers in the box already. Trolling a little goldfish. Got a right here in front of Sunset Beach, famous surfing spot. And just getting the morning going.
In case you're wondering what we're fishing with, we're just using a simple double hook rig and trolling. This is called a hullabaloo or a big eye scad. And got that back there on one rig, and on the other rig we have a smaller one, but it's just a goatfish. And we'll have David talk more about that a little bit later. But this is what we're trolling.
Rain we got all summer. You must have brought the hurricanes with you from the East Coast.
I don't know. There's one there too, because I can't take credit for this one. But it's definitely, it's all right though, man. Gotta have rain to have rainbows, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Staying on the surface, I don't think that's a big deal. Oh, I have way too much line out there.
That was on the big bait too, huh? Yours too?
No, mine's on the small bait.
Oh yeah?
That guy's being on top, whatever it is.
That's what this jag did. He never went down until right at the end. Little light tackle action here on the north shore of Oahu.
That's it. He's gonna pull me around and even with this small guy.
Yeah, about 200 yards of line out.
So much line out there. What was I thinking?
Look at that guy.
Oh man, Marlin. Put up a good fight on that light duty tackle.
They did. Awesome.
They are edible, but we got 2 Papillo in the bucket. They also call them blue bone. They got some really funky blue bones that trip people out when you fillet them open. But not bad to eat a lot of Malolo, so they taste a lot like marlin actually too.
Oh yeah?
I like to smoke them. When they get bigger, I'll keep the bigger ones and smoke them. But I'll let this guy go.
Nice. Woohoo!
All right.
Double hook up.
Double up.
Ah. This is what they do to your bait after a while. Pretty mushed up. It's probably that needlefish. Spooked him. See, no rain, no rainbows. There's your rainbow. Oh yeah, got another one. Woohoo! Screamer. If my other lines around it, or he went through it or something. Nope, I got fish on both lines. I got a double. Oh yeah, another papillo. I thought that was me. Fish number one. Do this without getting hooked. Yeah. I think this one's gone. Well, it's all right. Need the rebait anyway. Apparently we're in the spot. Look how pretty that fish is. Papillo, bluefin trevally. Beautiful. Got swelly all of a sudden again. Yeah.
Where's you are, baby?
No, I shouldn't have ate that egg sandwich. Might be seeing it again. Because we just got to go around that point right there, right? What you got? Aha, another one.
Your family's gonna be stoked on the Friday night.
You gotta figure out how to fix them. Where do you get scenery like that, huh? Look at the mountains. Is that not just awesome?
These seem to be working pretty good for us today.
And Owamas.
Yeah, this is all what's up on the shores right now.
The Becky when they get bigger.
And so this here is a big eye scad,
Yeah.
this guy.
Right.
And what were you calling it again?
They call it halaloo.
Halaloo.
And it's basically, in Hawaii, it's pretty funny. They have two names for every fish. And one means a juvenile and one means an adult.
All right. And these are goatfish, which is real common.
Yep, those are juvenile goatfish. And they call those awama. And
Awama.
The adult name would be veke.
Or veke. Yeah, and I've seen that W-E-K-E.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, cool.
What we're doing here is running a double hook setup. And there's a couple different ways to do it. I'll show you the two different ways. Some people like to crimp it to the front eye, right? And you'd hook that up in the front like that.
Uh-huh.
To me, I kind of gives it a little bit too much in the way of presentation. So I like to actually just crimp mine right to the shank. And I think that gives it a much better presentation.
You wouldn't make it bounce around as much in the water when you're trolling it.
Yep.
Like more sleek.
Yeah, and it kind of fits right underneath the gill plates when you hook them. So it kind of tucks underneath there pretty nicely. Different ways to do it. Some people will go through the eye, but I notice if you go through the eye, then the mouths will open up after a while, and then they get full of water and the bellies blow out. So normally we just go up through jaw, between the eyes. That's our first hook, and that's, see how that kind of goes underneath the gill plate? See how that swivel just, the crimp just disappears right in there. And then we just tuck this one in the hip. Like that, that's what we were doing today. And that's a super nice presentation. And yeah, these guys just love it. You know, they're all about it. So on that side, you don't see nothing.
For me.
We're running 25-pound fluorocarbon off a very small Spro swivel. The Spro swivels are only about, you know, 1/8 of an inch, if anything, and they allow it to be wound on and off the reel. That allows us to run a pretty long fluorocarbon leader. And these fish have pretty good eyes. I noticed without fluorocarbon, they don't seem to bite as well. So the fluorocarbon really helps in a really tight presentation. And then, yeah, pretty much during the run, they're all over out there, and you know, you hit it right on.
And you said you prefer to troll from the rear versus from the front, just because you like to be able to see what's going on.
I like the view, yeah. I don't like an unobstructed view, or, you know, I just like to watch out and look out.
What keeps the front of your deck from having to get over with your rods and stuff like that too?
One advantage to having the pole in the front is there's a lot of the barracuda out here, and the aha, you hooked into an aha today, and they kind of just will pick away at the bait, you know. And if you have the drags, if you have the poles in front, you'll be able to see that, you know. And a lot of times you just get a little, and then your head's gone. So it's kind of nice to have them sometimes in the front to see that. I usually just keep the drag real loose, and that way if they're picking away, I hear a little zzz, 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 you know, and then I know they're back there. One problem with that is if you do get a big papillo and that loose drag, boy, they scream it, they get you quick.
take it to the end of your line. Gotcha.
So yeah, that's a common run we do out here a lot. The inshore fishing run for beginner anglers and people who aren't very familiar with it. It's pretty consistent for us. Usually it's very safe. Today we were running with 20 mile an hour winds, and it wasn't too bad on the inside. So this is something we can do most of the year out here.
Ruthless kayak fishing, and I had a great day on the water with Dave, aka Boogie D. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you spending some time with us out there. And you can get with Dave on his website. It is coastalkayaktours.com. I'll bring it up here on the screen for you so you can see where it's at. Give him a call. I tell you what, it's an absolute great trip. Even if the weather's not perfect, he can still get you out there. And he also does turtle tours, dolphin tours, and all the ecotourism if you're not into fishing. So maybe you can fish and your wife can enjoy the scenery. But I really appreciate it, and I'm definitely going to come back and get out there with the big ones, with the pelagics with you. This has been Ruthless Kayak Fishing. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.
Aloha.
Aloha.